Okay.
Minneapolis.
And how long are you sober?
I've been sober now 2 weeks. I was 19 months before that.
Yeah, and then what happened?
I
You
went to Christmas and hung out with my alcoholic family and the first time in 19 months. And
the last time I did that at Christmas, I found myself outside the Hotel Boulderado in downtown Boulder, laying on the sidewalk, vomiting red wine in the snow. I hate red wine. I never drank it, but I decided I'll just have some red wine. That won't make me become compulsive. And
yeah, yeah. So,
you did the same thing?
yep, mine was vodka. I had a great time. And then I left and I puked for about a day and I was sick for 3, 4 days because, 19 months. I was about a 1.75 and they drank most of it, but, I drank it.
Unbelievable. Isn't it amazing how that happens? It just takes us down. And
Well, the weird thing about it was that uh I had been done all my due diligence and meetings and everything else, and I still went and did it anyway.
I know I had to stay away from everybody. That's why I have 47 years. I better fix
Mhm.
this. Makes
Well, I did make 19 months, and then before that, I made 9, but there was a pattern developing that, you know, I can't do it alone, and and that was it. I thought I could. It's like, yeah, no.
I know, I hate that. We just can't we just can't drink. We're trying to
No.
figure out a million ways to do it. The problem with the thing I had to do is I had to stay away from the drink. So
Yeah. But I mean, I'm a musician and I am a chef, so there's just drinking and drugs everywhere. I mean, I have gone out and gone on tour for like you know
working now,
7, 8, 9 months, but I mean, it's just there constantly. But I'm getting older, so
working in a restaurant now.
no, that's the worst. I mean, there's so much, not just
Are you on
drink.
the road? Do you play with your band in clubs or no?
Yeah, I do. Uh
Right. So can you stay sober when you're playing?
yeah, I can because
Right.
I was actually sober and I never did that prior to that, but then I got screwed up and got on the actual drugs, and yeah, I went a long time. Finally hit a wall in 2000, yeah, right after the pandemic, maybe 2019, 20. I hit that brick wall, and I
Listen,
only see that I couldn't keep going, but I couldn't stop.
sometimes what people do is they get different jobs. They get like become a landscaper for a year or so and just stay away from everybody who's doing anything like that. Okay, if Sam, if you can put up everything to read, and Matt, if you could read everything from, and then everyone, let me just tell you that Matt's going to explain to you how this meeting goes. Um, you could start your so start video. And Sam, just keep your eye on the room for bombers, please. And over to you, Matt.
Okay. Mad Alcoholic, welcome to Newcomers Slipper Step Workshop. If you're new to AA or coming back, this meeting is for you. This group is exactly what the name says, a workshop. We read 5 AA books, work the steps, sponsor you, and give writing and reading assignments. We'll teach you an AA program. We move right along here and people get well here. Newcomers Slipper Step Workshop is a step workshop. Unlike most AA meetings, it's not a speakers meeting nor a discussion meeting. It's more like an AA class, AA 101. You want to have the attitude of learning, do the assigned reading and writing on the steps, and we'll take you through the steps into AA books in short order. So if you're looking for guidance and direction in an AA program, this meeting is for you. Security for Newcomer Slipper Step Workshop. We use the waiting room. When you come in, we ask your first name, last initial, country or city, and how long you've been sober. We have chat turned off. You can chat with the host or co-host. Unmute is turned off. Cameras and pictures are turned off at the beginning of each meeting. We turn them on later. We don't exchange phone numbers. You can get the number of the host for text and support. Here is our email for meeting confirmation, stepworkshop1@gmail.com. This is good for school, class, work, probation, court orders, etc. And there's a link to the meeting in chat. We do all the above for safety reasons. Since everyone is new here, we want to protect you. Zoom bombers try to get in, and the above eliminates them. You'll notice this is a step workshop and not a speakers or discussion meeting. It's like a class, AA 101, AA University. It's a very unique meeting since we use the same principles AA used between 1932 and 1939. Everybody works in the group and moves through the 12 steps to live our lives free from alcohol and learn a new way of living. Glad you could make it. Announcements. AA in this meeting is supported by our own contributions to Seven Traditions. You can make donations to @Jann-Scott and Venmo. Contributions go to pay for Zoom, and we make monthly donations to Boulder 1 AA and Boulder County AA. We spend about $250 a month. This group meets daily with the following formats. Monday's step meeting, 12 and 12, Me Monday. Tuesday, Big Book, T-shirt Tuesday, AA Inspires Preferred. Wednesday, As Bill Sees It, Sunglass Wednesday. Thursday, Came to Believe, Dog Thursday. Friday, Open, the chair picks the topic, and it's Cat Friday. Saturday, Living Sober, Virtual Background Day. And Sunday, Daily Reflections, Fashion Sunday. Please join me in the Serenity Prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. AA Preamble. Alcoholics Anonymous is a fellowship of people who share their experience, strength, and hope with each other that they may solve their common problem and help others to recover from alcoholism. The only requirement for membership is a desire to stop drinking. There are no dues or fees for AA membership. We're self-supporting through our own contributions. AA is not allied with any sect, denomination, politics, organization, or institution, does not wish to engage in any controversy, neither endorses nor opposes any causes. Our primary purpose is to stay sober and help other alcoholics to achieve sobriety. There's a link to the Newcomers packet in chat. And for newcomers, come to our meeting for 5 days and see how you like it, and then we'll put you to work. Please introduce yourself as an alcoholic when speaking. Back to you, Jan, in the studio.
Exciting. Oh, hey, thanks, Matt. Oh, let's see. Today is Wednesday, and we read from As Bill Sees It. And let's see, I haven't picked out anything to read yet, but let me see what we have in here on the first step. And this thing. Is it here? No, nothing on the first step. Inventory. No, we're not going to read that. Oh, we could read about inventory. Okay, so Matt, it's inventory, AIDS 2. Oh, this is going to be fun. So Matt, let's put up the link to As Bill Sees It, and then you're going to do page 10, 17, 33, 39. Write those out.
Yeah, I've got the...
Okay, everybody, As Bill Sees It, if you have the book, starting with page 10, who wants to read? You can raise your hand. See, there's my hand up. See how that goes? Okay, Stacy, go ahead. You're up.
Hi, Stacy, alcoholic. Excuse me, out of the dark. Self-searching is the means by which we bring new vision, action, and grace to bear upon the dark and negative side of natures. With it comes the development of that kind of humility that makes it possible for us to receive God's help. Yet it is only a step. We will want to go further. We will want the good that is in us all, even in the worst of us, to flower and to grow. But first of all, we shall want sunlight. Nothing much can grow in the dark. Meditation is our step out into the sun. The clear light seems to fall upon us all when we open our eyes. Since our blindness is caused by our own defects, we must first deeply realize what they are. Constructive meditation is the first requirement for each new step in our spiritual growth. It's from
Alright,
12
hey,
and
would you
12 page. Oh,
do me
sorry.
a favor, read this again, but read it slowly so everybody gets it. Because they're talking about inventory in doing our inventory. Go ahead, read it again.
Okay. Self-searching is the means by which we bring new vision, action, and grace to bear upon the dark and negative side of our natures. With it comes the development of that kind of humility that makes it possible for us to receive God's help. Yet it is only a step. We will want to go further. We will want the good that is in us all, even in the worst of us, to flower and to grow. But first of all, we shall want sunlight. Nothing much can grow in the dark. Meditation is our step out into the sun. A clear light seems to fall upon us all when we open our eyes. Since our blindness is caused by our own defects, we must first deeply realize what they are. Constructive meditation is the first requirement for each new step in our spiritual growth. And it's from the 12 and 12, page 98, and a letter in 1946.
All right, thank you. Go ahead there, Ron, you're up.
I'm Ron, I'm an alcoholic. Page 17, or number 17, toward honesty. The perverse wish to hide a bad motive underneath a good one permeates human affairs from top to bottom. This subtle and elusive kind of self-righteousness can underlie the smallest act or thought. Learning daily to spot, admit, and correct these flaws is the essence of character building and good living. The deception of others is nearly always rooted in the deception of ourselves. Somehow, being alone with God doesn't seem as embarrassing as facing up to another person until we actually sit down and talk aloud what we have so long hidden. Our willingness to clean house is still largely theoretical. When we are honest with another person, it confirms that we have been honest with ourselves and with God. That's from the 12 and 12, pages 94 and 95, Grapevine, August of 1961, and the 12 and 12, page 60.
Okay, go ahead, Naaman.
Naaman, grateful to be a recovering alcoholic. This is page 33, Foundation for Life. We discover that we receive guidance for our lives to just about the extent that we stop making demands upon God to give it to us on order and on our own terms. In praying, we ask simply that throughout the day, God place in us the best understanding of His will that we can have for that day, and that we be given the grace by which we may carry it out. There is a direct linkage among self-examination, meditation, and prayer. Taken separately, these practices can bring much relief and benefit. But when they are logically related and interwoven, the result is an unshakable foundation for life. 12 and 12, page 104, 102, and 98. Thank you. Pass.
Okay, go ahead, Joe, you're up.
Hi, I'm Joe. I'm an alcoholic. Page 39, dealing with resentments. Resentment is the number one offender. It destroys more alcoholics than anything else. From it stems all forms of mental disease, for which we have not only mentally and for we have been not only mentally and physically ill, we have also been spiritually ill. When our spiritual malady is overcome, we straighten out mental and physical. In dealing with our resentments, we set them on paper. We listed people, institutions, or principles with whom we were angry. We asked ourselves why we were angry. In most cases, it was found that our self-esteem, our pocketbooks, our ambitions, or our personal relationships, including sex, were hurt or threatened. The most heated bit of letter writing can be a wonderful safety valve, providing the wastebasket is somewhere nearby. And that's from Alcoholics Anonymous, pages 64 and 65, and a letter in 1949.
Thank you. Okay, so now we past couple of days, we've been having these breakout rooms and they've been working out pretty well. So, and some of you have written to me, asked, saying that you don't understand the first half of the first step. So we're gonna go back in the breakout rooms, and then Sam is going to explain how to write the first half of the first step again. And so usually, it gets to starting with the last time we drank, and then we go to the next time and the next time. Some of you have come up with only the last time, first time. No, you're going to come up with 10 to 100 incidents, and Sam's going to re-explain that and give some examples. So, so those, let me see here. So Matt, do you know how to move people into the
Yeah.
breakout rooms, Matt? So let's start with this. If you would, before we go, let me see here. So Sean, you have one day. So you want to go into the first step room, Sean? And where?
Yes.
Okay,
How do I
good.
do?
So move Sean in there. Daryl, you want to go into the first step room again?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, good, okay. Dominic, we're gonna send you into the first step room, okay?
Sounds good.
Efren, we're putting you in the first step room, first half of the first step. Who else we got here?
Steph.
Ed, hey Ed, we're gonna put you in the first half, first step room, okay, Ed? And Stephanie, Steph, we're gonna put you in the first step room, okay? Just put you in a classroom, okay? Oh, and Vishal, we're gonna put you in the first step room too, okay? So
Okay.
yes. Okay, good. And then and you sent over, okay, so now you put in Sam. And then, well, let's put Jeff in there. Okay.
Yeah, everybody's in.
And then let's put in let's put everybody in there.
There's only 8 people left.
Yeah.
Stacy, Ron, Rebecca, Naaman, Lori, Joe.
Yeah, but we get to fuck around while they're in there really sweating bullets.
No, I know.
No, we're not. No, seriously, we're like Rebecca, did you find yourself helpful when you were in there? Could you keep it on track? Because a lot of those people didn't understand the writing.
Yeah, I did. The only thing is in terms of time, that's our only constraint there, to go through all of that with everybody. But I'm driving now. I can't go in the breakout room, but it
Okay.
was definitely helpful.
All right, so they're back in there. Oh, we'll leave those guys. We'll leave those guys in there. Unless, okay. Well, so this is nice. Here we are. Oh, Ron. God, did I write you back? I don't think I did I? I'm sorry, Ron.
I'm Ron, I'm alcoholic. No, I didn't receive anything yet, but that's, we're all human.
No. Glad. I'm glad you said that. The only thing is yeah, no, I like what you're doing on your 9th step. It's pretty good. And you definitely have the right attitude, and you're heading in the right direction with it. The only reason to send those things over to me is that we try to avoid it when, and not that you would do this, but sometimes people sometimes people overly emote. I mean, they'll write a long fucking letter of, I am so sorry, and I know I did this, and then I drove over your cat, and I drove the kids, and that time I got thrown in got thrown in jail, and I vomited in the car, and you had to clean it. And then there was the time no, we don't do that. Because it just makes people crazy when we go on ad nauseum about how horrible we are. And then the other thing that people will do, and then they'll flip and they'll say, please forgive me, and the husband or wife or whoever it is They're like, fuck you, I'm not forgiving you, you idiot, you ruined my life. So we don't write to them with all the stuff about how we ruined their life and then say, no, well, I'm fine now because I quit drinking. And they're like, the hell you did. You know what I'm saying?
Kind of like the guy that came out of the cellar and said, ain't the wind stopped blowing, Ma?
Yeah, ain't it grand? Yeah, and we, of course, that's a direct reference to when the damn book was written in the middle of the Dust Bowl. In the middle of the Dust Bowl in America. And if anybody's have seen any clips of that documentary that PBS did with, oh my God, that Dust Bowl was horrible. It blew everywhere too. So anyways, yeah, that's the only thing. The thing about the ninth step is making a connection. We don't ask for forgiveness and we don't apologize. We say, this is what I've done, and I'd like to make amends for it. And if there's anything that you need me to do, please tell me. I always suggest we make them short and sweet. I mean, I made amends to my sister, and then she has a good forgetter, so if I don't talk to her in a while, she'll be right back in 1965 or 1969, what a louse you were. And I'm like, no, I wasn't. You don't even, you didn't even know me. I was just like a regular alcoholic. Very cool. So let's go talk to Joe. So Joe, you're working on step 10 and 11. You're supposed to be writing down every day, going through all your resentments and all your judgments of anybody and looking at your part in it. Did you do that today?
I have been doing it at the end of the day, but I already know what my today was. And it was partially advice from you.
Well, are you writing it?
Yes.
So when people say to me, and I already knew, or I did it before, or I've been in the program for this amount of time and I already know what this is all about, that's an instant discount to me. That's like, nope, you didn't do it.
No, what you actually said was something along the lines that this point in the process, you and your ex-husband should be able to deal with this if you can spend an amicable Christmas together. And I took those words and decided you were completely right, that we managed to get through our divorce years ago. I can calm down, use my word to myself, and take a different tact. And
oh, that's good.
And point out that if we can do it ourselves, the attorney fees are way less.
Yeah.
And and knowing him, that is definitely a driver. And we've worked out everything except for anything regarding alcohol. But if I can't legally drive her, I don't know how much he wants in there that I can't drive her.
So do you not have a license?
It's suspended, not sure for how long. I'm still going through the system.
Oh, good. So, all right. So you're getting to the place of acceptance.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're at the place of acceptance. This is, this is how it is, I just sobered up 50 days ago. I'm coming to these meetings. I'm working through the 12-step process.
The driving thing I can actually deal with because I was diagnosed with a seizure disorder in 2008, a year before my daughter was born. So I've lost my license for, in total, maybe 5 years of her life.
Hey, I have a question for you. So you don't have to drive for your life, for your job?
Well, I have to choose job around my driving situation.
What I'm asking is, you don't drive at your job, right?
I have had jobs where I have to drive, but it's,
No, I mean, right now, you do not drive for your job,
correct.
right? Okay. So you can do that without driving?
Well, currently I'm not working, but
Oh,
with,
you're not? I thought you were.
no, but with the job field
I mean,
that
I
I'm
have
in,
another question. Are you on disability or what?
no, I'm
You get
pissed
fired?
off at the court because they keep delaying everything. And I don't want to start a job and keep having to say I have
Right.
to step out
Okay, I
for
thought
court.
I thought you had a job. Oh,
No.
okay. So, what do you do? Do you sit home and ruminate all day and wait for this meeting and go? Or what do you do during the day?
I go to a lot of meetings. They
Oh,
help me be productive. Instead of
good.
sitting around saying, oh, woe is me, woe is me. I can remind myself that I dug my own hole, and if I
There you-
accomplish things, that's the only thing I can do other than blaming the world or dwelling on what I did wrong.
Well, I have to tell you something. Congratulations to you. You're doing great. You're doing better all the time. You really are. And you whine less, you complain less right now. I mean, you may pick it up tomorrow, but today you sound pretty good. And
Thank you.
yeah, all right. Way to go. Let's see here. I have another question. Hey, do you use Uber or Lyft or anything like that?
Yes.
Do you have money? Do you have income?
I made some very smart decisions in saving money when I was working. I
Okay.
do worry about money, but I am not worried about going bankrupt.
Are you on disability?
No,
Can you get on disability?
no.
Are you sure?
Yeah, because I would,
Let me
I,
just say this. Let me just say this to you, okay? In your situation, you'd be very surprised about the last administration made a lot of disability available to alcoholics. And do you have a case manager?
no,
Do you have a social worker?
no,
Do you have a therapist?
no,
You don't have anything like that?
nothing.
All right. Well, I'm just telling you, there are programs and you can check with the city of Boston or actually, what city are you in?
I'll share, it doesn't matter. Burlington.
Okay, well, whatever. Okay. You can share. I know this because I had a stroke and then I had case managers and I had every medical professional you can think of. And they alerted me to all these programs that were available. And I was like, I had no idea, to which they answered, yeah, nobody does, because nobody tells anybody. So you might, the fact that you're recovering from alcoholism and some other illnesses, through the city and through the state, you probably qualify. And the fact that you're a single mom, you're a recovering alcoholic, you probably qualify for all kinds of programs like LEAP, food programs, this, that, and the other thing. So my recommendation to you is to dig into some of them and start asking questions. You can always
That's a
ask,
good idea, but
you
I
can always
don't want the food program.
okay, you can always write to me about these things. All right.
Okay,
Do you have medical insurance?
yes.
Okay, so you still have that. All right. All right, so good job. Ah. Let's see, where are we here? Who's next? Who's working on what? So Lori, hey Lori. So you were working on a 9 step too, huh?
I'm actually doing 10 and 11. I'm working on the 9th step gradually. We're having a family reunion next month, and I'm going to do 2 people while I'm there face to face, because we're spread all over the country. But every morning I'm reading the daily reflection, saying the 3rd step prayer, and working on meditation every morning, and reading 84 through 88. And then I've been doing really good about praying and talking to God through the day. I'm actually surprised. And just answer. and I'm doing good.
Oh, wait, oh, do you work now or are you retired? What do you do?
No, I'm retired, disabled.
You're disabled?
Yeah.
Okay. And then, do you get, do you get programs too? Are you in Florida? Are you part of, or Virginia rather?
No, I'm in a Commonwealth. We don't get anything. I'm doing fine financially. My husband died and left money, so.
Well, that's good. Okay. Yeah, just when I got sick and I had a stroke and then I had some heart surgeries, I found, first of all, there were a bunch of, and then the pandemic hit, but there were all sorts of programs. And then I have a house and I live in Boulder. And then I kept looking at reverse mortgages and I got 2 reverse mortgages after I had somebody explain it to me from the county. And that set me up for life. As well as because they give you all this money for your house. They just say when you die, you can sell it or leave it to your heirs or whoever they are. And then the pandemic came and they had all kinds of programs during that. So I signed up for every single one. I'm a real advocate of that for those of us who.
I qualified for Medicaid, so I get the paperwork, and the only thing I qualified for was birth control. I'm 65.
Well, there you go. We don't want you getting in trouble out there. Yes. What else? Oh, so what do you do during the day to stay out of trouble?
I homeschool and I take care of a 25-month-old, and I have 2 babies that were born in August, 4 months early. So we take care of those babies too. They're still in the hospital.
Wait a minute. You homeschool?
Yes.
But like, who are you teaching at home?
I've got a 13-year-old granddaughter that I homeschool, and then I also have an 11-year-old autistic child that I'm working on speech with.
And is that like a client or a
No, family.
family member? Okay, I get it. Okay, so you stay busy.
Uh-huh.
Very busy. All right, good. All right. Let's go over to Stacy. Lots of personal attention today. Ooh. Well, they're getting that over in the first step. So Stacy, hey, so you have your new job. How's it? You can turn your camera on, Stacy. How's your new job going? Or are you at work
It's
now?
going great. No, I'm not at work. I work till 4 my time.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Everything's going well, pretty wonderfully.
so you go to
We've
work
been
every
working from
day.
home.
You're the new person at work. Are you like training now or what?
Yeah, I'm still training. Because I'm gonna be taking over for everyone on their off days.
Okay.
So it's a lot of training involved in it to learn all the different accounts, stuff like that.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's pretty, it's good.
And you're happy you get paid
They
and
look,
everything?
yep, I get paid. I know what I'm getting. I'm getting paid well to just be in training, which is great. It snowed a lot here. We got 8 inches of snow, and like the boss is very much about working from home, if it's even like flurries. So I think he's an alcoholic, honestly. Um, I think it takes one to know one a little bit. I feel like he's always texting like at 9, 10 o'clock at night. Everybody works from home tomorrow. I think because he wants to be home.
Well, that's not necessarily alcoholic. That's like smart. Listen, I
Well,
ran an entire company from like 90, let me see here. I think from 93 until present with everybody working at home. Although we had people come to my house, we had 3 offices here. The salespeople had to come in because they were out on the street. But we either did stuff on the road or in or at home. It's like, because nobody wanted to be stuck in an office. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I love it. It's great. We did a Secret Santa thing for Christmas, and everybody
Yeah,
had to write down their likes and dislikes and stuff, so the other person would know what to get them. And his
yeah.
hobbies were drinking and watching football.
You broke
That's what
up
he
with
put
that.
for his hobbies. So I actually got him, and I gave him a bottle of bourbon for the
Yeah.
gift
Oh, yeah.
because he liked spiced bourbon.
You're
So I
just
was like,
helping
all
him.
right,
You're helping him into AA.
huh?
I said you're helping him into AA. That's good. Never mind. That was a joke. Poorly stated. All right. Good. Glad you're here. 100%.
Somebody's breaking up. I'm not sure if it's you or me.
It's you. Okay. Thank you. Did I call on Joe yet? Oh yeah, that's right. I don't want to go back. I don't want to go back and harass her. Yeah, leave Joe alone. Okay. All right, Matt. So what are you doing? What are you working on?
So, continuing steps 10 through 12, reading the daily reflection in the morning. Really at this point, trying to, and doing service here, but, like the daily reflection said a couple days ago, it's actually nice to sort of reset the clock and then after 9 months to go through the whole thing again,
Yeah.
starting on step 1.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then, daily reflection was saying you have the foundation as your sobriety, but then, you start adding rooms on and through meditation and sort of, making the house nicer, but you start with your sobriety. That's just the foundation. And then, so I'm trying to use more meditation more. I did order Came to Believe, but it's still not here. So, I mean, just really and that's been working so far, just in the morning, first thing, for 10, 15 minutes. It really makes a huge difference just to get my day in line for the day, like 24 hours at a time, start first thing in the morning, coffee, daily reflection, meditation, thinking about what I want to do, to-do list. And it really helps just every day, one day at a time, set the table for the day.
Now you work from home, right?
Mostly. Yeah. Yep.
What do you do?
Finance. I'm in
Oh,
accounting.
you're an accountant. So do you actually do crunch numbers like you're filling out tax forms and all that?
Not really taxes, more, gap, like, financial reporting. And, so it's not income taxes or anything, but there is
But it's
some of
for
that, but not for
it's for a company.
corporate. Yeah. Company,
You-
not
it's a
individual.
company. So
So.
are you like one of the accountants for the company and they said you have your daily workload of things you do or not?
Yeah, yeah. I've got people. I'm like the VP of or finance person head, let's say, but it's so there's people under me, but I basically, you got people consolidating numbers from different plants and stuff, and then they all report to me, and then we issue the financial statements and do that. So it gets busy like now. The beginning of the year, the first 3 months or so it gets pretty busy with reporting, financial reporting and for the statements. So we had to close at the end of the year, and then it's the full year financial.
And you're sober.
Yeah.
How did you do this when you were drinking?
That's how I don't know. Well, no, yeah. How did I work? Well, I don't know. I think because it was more seasonal, like, on the weekend type thing. Like the usual, you take, Monday to, yeah, but there were some Monday mornings that, it just got worse. Usually it was more of a slow burn of like many years of just you get home, have a few drinks, go to bed. Then I got older too. I'm almost 50. So that didn't help. When I was younger, I could, do it. But now, yeah, then it became unmanageable. It's really just, doing it. And then
Powerless over alcohol, or life became unmanageable.
yeah, and then it was it just kept going down, getting worse. I didn't drink at work or anything, but it was just, yeah, I feel 10,000 times better.
Well, who would know if you drank at work if you're working at home?
Well, yeah, no, but I do have to go. I'm not always at home, but yeah.
Oh, I see.
Well, during the pandemic, that was, a lot of people, I'm sure I just didn't even do that. I was able to not, because that just turns into a nightmare of somebody calls you or my boss or somebody at like 4 o'clock or something. Oh, you seem very happy.
This meeting during the pandemic was kind of crazy. We had a lot of people coming in here who were drinking at home during the pandemic. We had a lot of drunk people in this meeting. I'm supposed to be working and I'm passing out, at home. It's like, oh boy, like that had to be rough, drinking at home during the pandemic. Anyway.
Yeah, I mean, if you're an alcoholic, I mean, that's like, so easy to just go, I'm gonna have one whenever in the afternoon, but then that doesn't stop there. You're gonna have another one. And for me, then I'll have another
Yeah.
one, another one, another one, and just
Well. Okay, over to so Naaman, how's it going?
Naaman, grateful to be a recovering alcoholic. Doing well.
And you are you in step 10, 11, and 12 now, or what?
I am in step 10, and I guess I've been doing 11, and I'm approaching 12. I haven't officially done 11 though. But
Oh, really? So you should read 80. Well, step 11, I think, is on 86 through 88, and you should start reading that the first half. Where it says on page 86, upon awakening, that we do this, and then it says when we retire at night. Do you have your big book there?
I have my big book here.
Open it to page 86.
Yeah, I've been reading that one. And then I think
That is step 11.
I guess I have kind of, yeah, okay.
That's a daily for those of us who are past 9.
Okay, I've heard them say that. Okay.
So start doing it every day. So you're on step 11 now, which is page 86 through 88. The morning check-in and the evening check-in. That's kind of what Matt was talking about, I think. Yeah, okay.
I've been doing that. I just haven't been reading the 86 to 88, but I've been doing the prayer book now at night. I wake up in the morning and I do the serenity prayer, and then I'm doing the yoga.
Well, look, here's the deal. On page, do you see what it says there? Read what it says on page 86. When we retire at night. Read that out loud.
When we retire at night, we constructively review our day. We were resentful, selfish, dishonest, or afraid. Do we owe an apology? Have we kept something to ourselves which should be discussed with another person at once? Were we kind and loving toward all? What could we have done better? Were we thinking of ourselves most of the time? Or were we thinking of what we could do for others? Of what we could pack into the stream of life? But we must be careful not to drift into worry, remorse, or morbid reflection for what would diminish our usefulness to others. After making our review, we ask God's forgiveness and inquire what corrective measures should be taken. On awakening, let us.
Okay, stop there. So now, what you just read, that paragraph, you need to do that each evening.
I've definitely been doing that. I've been watching straight religious videos and reading.
No, wait, stop. So you need to go read that when we retire at night every day for 30 days and write down your answers to the questions. That's what Matt's doing.
Okay, I've got a journal specifically for that. So I knew.
Yeah, okay, so write that down now. Now read the next part. The next part you're going to do each morning. So
On
go ahead.
awakening, let us think about the 24 hours ahead. We consider our plans for the day. Before we begin, we ask God to direct our thinking, especially asking that it be divorced from self-pity, dishonest, or self-seeking motives. Under these conditions, we can employ our mental faculties with assurance. For after all, God gave us brains to use. Our thought life will be placed on a much higher plane when our thinking is cleared of wrong motives. In thinking about our day, we may face indecision. We may not be able to determine which course to take. Here we ask God for inspiration, an intuitive thought, or a decision. We relax and take it easy. We don't struggle. we are often surprised how the right answers come after we have tried this for a while. What used to be the hunch or the occasional inspiration gradually becomes a working part of the mind. Being still inexperienced and having just made conscious contact with God, it is not probable that we are going to be inspired at all times. We might pay for this presumption in all sorts of absurd actions and ideas. Nevertheless, we find that our thinking will, as time passes, be more and more on the plane of inspiration. We come to rely upon it. We usually conclude the period of meditation with a prayer that we be shown all through the day what our next step is to be, what will be given, whatever we need to take care of such problems. We ask especially for freedom from self-will and are careful to make no requests for ourselves only. We may ask for others, however, if others will be helped. We are careful never to pray for our own selfish ends. Many of us have wasted a lot of time doing that, and it doesn't work. You can easily see why. If circumstances warrant, we ask our wives or friends to join us in morning meditation. If we belong to a religious denomination which requires a definite morning devotion, we attend to that also. If not members of religious bodies, we sometimes select and memorize a few set prayers which emphasize the principles we have been discussing. There are many helpful books also. Suggestions about these may be obtained from one's priest, minister, or rabbi. Be quick to see where religious people are right. Make use of what they offer. As we go through the day, we pause. When agitated or doubtful, and ask for the right thought or action, we constantly remind ourselves we are no longer running the show, humbly saying to ourselves many times each day, "Thy will be done." We are then in much less danger of excitement, fear, anger, worry, self-pity, or foolish decisions. We become much more efficient. We do not tire so easily, for we are not burning up energy foolishly, and we did not, as we did when we were trying to arrange life to suit others. It works, it really does. We alcoholics are undisciplined. So we let God discipline us in the simple way we have just outlined. But this is not all. This is
Stop right
action
there.
or action.
So now what I want you to do is each morning read that part upon awakening and then underline in there what it tells you to do and then do it and write it down. So your assignment for the next month is read the upon awakening in the morning and then when we retire at night in the afternoon and do it for 30 days and start doing what it asks you to do. And what'll happen is this will become this new way of living. That's our assignment in the 11th step. Okay,
Okay.
cool. So Rebecca, is she there? Okay. Oh, they're all coming back.
Yeah, hi Jen. Rebecca, alcoholic. Working on 10 through 12, reading 83 through 86 in the evening, writing down any resentments as they come up, reading the morning upon awakening, as well as the daily reflection. So the thing is at work, sometimes character defects definitely pop up. I mean, I'm 98% better at work, more jovial, interactive, sharper, instead of being hungover, cranky, sick, tired. But once in a while it does pop up, such as today, in dealing with employees mostly, as well as the practice manager and practice owner. So, in terms of, everyone, we worked so hard, it's been a little chaotic. We worked a lot on schedules. We had it all written down. Then all of a sudden after lunch, I have 2 employees there and I'm like, oh, what's going on? So I think what comes up for me, what I'm seeing is that when there's lack of communication or I'm not told about something, it triggers my self pity,
Well, hey, listen to me for a minute.
yeah.
So on
Yeah.
page 84, the 10th step, it does ask you, what is my part? What could I have done differently? And that's really what you have to address.
Right.
So that's it. I mean,
Okay.
everybody has that,
Right.
you have to go back and inventory it again. And then, okay, what was my part? What could I have done differently? Do I owe anybody an apology? An
Right.
apology
I
might,
did the apology already.
Right.
Okay. So it's a process. Right.
yeah, and it
Okay.
takes a bit of getting used to. So, all
Yeah.
right, excellent.
Yeah.
Well,
All right.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So, how much fun was it in the first step room, Jeff? Did you guys have fun in there? Did things get done?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was Jeff Alcoholic. Oh, it was very, very rewarding. We heard, wow, what I heard, what I shared, and what I heard was absolutely powerless. The disease of more and the powerlessness we have. How many times we just take that first one? It's going to be fun, and it ends in some sort of debacle, or
All right,
public spectacle.
let me ask Sam. So Sam, how did the writing go over there? Sorry. You have to.
Oh, can you hear me? All right. Hi, Sam, Grateful Alcoholic. Yeah, so what I did was I was methodical. I told them to spend the time to write. We're not here to share. Fortunately, Vishal had already a extensive list, and thanks again, Vishal. He went back until almost
Well, let's not
2019.
talk about other people. I
No, I'm
only
just
want
letting
to
you
know
know
how,
that it's
wait,
being done.
wait. No.
What?
I don't want you to talk about what people shared or even bring them up. I only want to hear about, shaving this beard off. I only want to hear about the process. Did people write?
Yes,
That's what
they're
we want to
continuing to write. They're not done writing.
And people understand, are the people understanding so the reason we don't talk about other people, because you were in a separate room, it's an anonymity issue, and we don't actually have the right to share other people's inventory or first step. So what's said in there should stay in there. My question to you is more about the process of writing and people understanding how the writing. Does everybody understand how the writing goes? How to do the writing?
I think so. I think it was explained. Yeah.
Did you get it, Efren? Are you doing okay with the writing? What I drank, when it was, who I was with, what happened?
Yeah,
what
no,
the
you explained it good. There's so much stuff to write.
So what?
I know I'm writing it. I got 8 done. I got a couple more to go, keep
You got a
going.
lot more to go. So
I
you start
sure
with
do.
every time I drank, when it was, what
Yep.
I drank, who I was with, what
Yep.
happened, what the consequences were.
Oh,
Now
yeah.
it could be, so you start with the last time and then the time before that. Now it could be I just drank a bunch of vodka and I fell asleep. So that
Okay.
would be the end of the incident.
Yeah.
They don't have to be like I drank and then I drove my pickup truck through the front of the police station. They don't have to be like that.
Yep. There's a lot of them.
That's all right. But
Yeah.
you know why we do it?
I can see why we're doing it. Yeah.
We do it. It shows us this is what I'm like when I drink.
Oh,
You
yeah.
want to hang on to that. This is what I'm like when I pick up a drink. So it's a good reminder. And then we move on to the second half of the first step, but not yet. You got to come up with at least 10 or 20 incidents, okay? Dominic, how about you? How did the writing go today?
It went really well. I've got 9 so far and working on more.
Yeah, just they can be 25 words or less. When it was, what I drank, who I was with, what happened, what the consequences were. So keep writing.
I will.
All right, and Sean, how's your first day at this meeting? Did you like it? Jan to Sean. Okay, he's sleeping. And
Here we go. I did. Can you hear
oh
me?
no, there you are. Hey, so how'd
Yeah,
you like today's meeting?
good, good. It's definitely different being online, but it's kind of nice. Definitely.
Yeah, and you have to learn something, right?
Well, I get to use this stuff. Yeah, for sure.
And
Like navigating.
and start writing if you want to. Have you started writing?
Yeah, I sure have. Yeah, but I think I'm gonna go in a little more detail because we listened to like his was really good. He's very detailed, and I think that's
Yeah,
pretty.
so it's you start with the last time I drank, which would be today.
Mhm.
What I drank, who I was with, what happened, what the consequences were, and then you go to the day before. Even if they're mundane, write them down.
Well, there's a lot of yeah, very boring incidences, but there are
That's
a few.
okay. That's good. That's what alcoholism is. It's kind of mundane. It's a daily thing, and it takes us apart from the inside out. And recovery AA rebuilds us from the inside out because Jeff, it's a inside job. Isn't that right? Dishel, how about you? How did your writing go today? Do you like it? Do you like being in that room?
Yeah,
Is it-
yeah. I think Sam was getting to it, but I kind of shared some of my experiences.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you want to share them, that's fine. I try to have some sort of modicum of, I guess, anonymity or something. It's like, you know, but this is good. Okay. So Jeff, how about you? Are you enjoying yourself? You said it was really good. Isn't that
Yes,
good? We're in there working with people, first step, trying to
yes,
get a foundation in AA, right?
yes. And we're seeing it's all the same. Yes, the foundation we're laying is to surrender to a higher power. That this disease we have, the disease of more. The stories all show the Jekyll and Hyde, or you're wanting to do the right thing but can't because the booze is more important to us. Public spectacle, the whole 9 yards. It's just, yeah. Eh, You know what I thought about too, Jan? Any one of us that was sharing there, if we were not alcoholics and one of those things had happened to us one time in our life, we would quit drinking. But that's not who we are. That's not who we are. Thank you.
No, it's not who we are.
Not who.
I'm not going to do that again.
No,
And then we're like at the bar. Did you just give me that much? Okay. I don't care how much it costs. Just put it in there. All right. Excellent. So Sam, are you good? Do you have fun in there? You're learning,
Oh, yeah.
people learning,
Oh, yeah.
moving forward.
I think they are now. Yes.
Everybody's moving forward. See, when we come into the first step's like landing on the beach, and Guadalcanal or Normandy. You come into AA and there's explosions going on all around us, and then the first step gets us off the damn beach, and starts into recovery. So very soon, we'll start working on step 2. And then in this room, we all worked on 9, 10, and 11, besides having bingo. I can't wait for the summertime, because then, Lori, we can play beach blanket bingo. What? And that Funicello and never mind. That's another life. Sam, you want to read the promises? Do you have them there by chance?
Yep, I got them. I just posted them in the chat as well, but I'll read them from the my computer.
Cool.
Starting with the last paragraph of page 83, chapter 6, into action in the AA Big Book. If we are painstaking about this phase of our development, we will be amazed before we are halfway through. We are going to know a new freedom and a new happiness. We will not regret the past, nor wish to shut the door on it. We will comprehend the word serenity, and we will know peace. No matter how far down the scale we have gone, we will see how our experience can benefit others. That feeling of uselessness and self-pity will disappear. We will lose interest in selfish things and gain interest in our fellows. Self-seeking will slip away. Our whole attitude and outlook on life will change. Fear of people and economic insecurity will leave us. We will intuitively know how to handle situations which used to baffle us. We will suddenly realize that God is doing for us what we could not do for ourselves. Are these extravagant promises? We think not. They are being fulfilled among us. Sometimes quickly, sometimes slowly. They will always materialize if we work for them. Now back to you, Jan, in the Boulder studio.
Okay, perfect. Hey, Jeff, you want to, would you like to, did I make you a coach? You want to lead us in the Serenity Prayer, Jeff?
Jeff, alcoholic, South Florida. God, grant us the serenity to accept the things we cannot change, the courage to change the things we can, and the wisdom to know the difference.
Amen.
Amen.
Well, this meeting's over, and anybody
Okay.
has any questions or comments? I know these meetings can be tough sometimes, and you notice we start to thin out. But when we get to work, hard work, doing the step work, the deep work, this separates the brave from the not so brave. You know what I mean? This is like, oh, gee, I didn't realize. I didn't think it was going to be like that. Yeah, but it is. If anybody has any questions, I mean, look at everybody who's sticking in here. Everybody who's hanging in here. It's like, it's pretty amazing. You know, it's like the A team. So, Efren, how about you? 5 days. You keep coming, right? You can unmute. You have to hit the unmute button.
Yeah, I have more than 5 days though. I've 7 days.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That'll change.
It's not much though.
You're hanging in there.
Yeah. I like it. I've tried a lot of online AA classes that I couldn't I just couldn't handle. They just weren't for me. This one is
Yeah,
more
this
more
one we just go to work. This way, you know, you go into those breakout rooms, you got nice people like Jeff in there.
that's a
And,
lot better, a lot easier for me to
isn't he great? And Sam, do you like Sam?
Yeah, he's cool. Yeah.
Good. And Dominic, how about you, man? You're hanging in there, huh? Look at you.
Yes, and I really like it a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. In this, you were almost forced to work the program and do the steps as opposed to just listening to stories
That's right.
of, other people, which can be helpful sometimes, but I want to do the steps.
Yeah, that's what we're doing here. That's why it's called Newcomers Slippers Step Workshop. That's what we're all about. I mean, Jeff, I think we can get through, if we work really diligently, we can get through the steps in about a month and a half, a month.
Yes, well, yeah, they're Jeff Alcoholic here. They really, it's being presented well and is taking us through, and it's it's gonna take a while, but we're doing it right. It's being,
We're digging in. Yeah, we
yeah,
want to try to
right.
put the plug in the jug. We want to plug up whatever the holes are that get us drunk.
Yes. And when more and more we see, it's great for all of us. We cannot do it alone. We must. God is the answer through, the highest higher power. But give it to God through the steps, and you just keep working. And it's funny when we hear sharing, it's so obvious now that we're trying to find out understand a disease. We're such Jekyll and Hydes and the stupidity, but that's who we are unless we have this sobriety and this spirituality and this first step. The minute we're powerless over God, the years don't change that.
I know, yeah. So
you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
It's a very brave crew here. All of us, everybody, brave and diligent, hardworking.
Yes.
There's no fooling around here.
No.
Nobody's like nobody's like, slipping and sliding. This is
No,
where all that
this is real.
stops.
Yes.
Comes to an end, right? Michelle, your second day. How about you? You good? You all right?
Yeah, I'm great.
It's just like being back in school, isn't it?
Yeah.
Maybe not as rough, but okay.
Excuse me, Jan, Jeff, alcoholic. I got to go to that other meeting, but because I got to read something. But thank you so much, and I'll see you tomorrow. And I'll have some things written down.
God bless you, Jeff.
Oh no, thank you
And
guys.
God
Thank you,
bless
Jan.
South Beach.
Yeah,
All
South
right.
Beach and Jan and Sam and everybody. Okay, brother. Bye bye. Till
All right,
tomorrow.
bye.
All right, Jeff, take
Bye-bye.
it easy. See you tomorrow.
God, that's too funny. So Sam's in Virginia. It must be snowing there. Lori's in Virginia. Is it warm in Virginia, Lori, or is it snowing where you are?
No, I might as well be back home in northern Minnesota.
Oh my God.
Got a lot of snow, John.
Oh no. Oh,
You don't know snow.
Out.
For our area, Matt. I'm not talking about New York or North
Yeah.
or New Englanders.
Oh,
I'm
how
talking
you
about
don't know
Virginia,
snow,
which
Mike?
only gets a blizzard every decade.
Unless you've been to Michigan. No, we got snow here the other day. Plenty of it out there. And Colorado mountains, all you have to do is just walk out my back door and start climbing the mountain out there. And you'll find snow in about 10 minutes. Like we have snow now, but you'll find above me, like we have 5 inches out here, but straight above me, 30 feet. It snows day and night.
Jan,
What's that?
I have a question.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a friend who who drinks, and she can't get step one. She goes to AA every single day for like years and drinks I think the most she's ever had is 60 days. So I'm meeting with her on Fridays. She has a sponsor, but they're not working steps. They're just reading the book. I am so tempted to ask her about step one, but I don't know that that's the right thing to do.
Well, what's your relationship?
I've known her for 20 years. We're both nurses.
Okay, and what's your relationship with her? Oh, you're just okay. But do you have an AA type relationship with her?
And friends, both.
Okay.
Approaching her with this, but it's just she doesn't stay sober for more than a couple of days and she's drinking again, and all they're doing is reading, and I just feel obligated.
Oh, she's retired. So, well, here's the deal. We had somebody come here and was in this meeting with the very same problem. Okay. And I told this person to just sponsor them. Just say, okay, look, I can help you. And here's what I can help you do. And you take them through the first step. You give them the writing instructions, the reading instructions, and you just do it. Now, this person refused to do it, or the other thing was the person she was talking to said, I don't want to do that. I don't like AA. AA is this. So you don't listen to any of that. You just say, here, this is how I got sober. Here, I'm going to give you a reading. I'm going to give you a reading and writing assignment. Let me help you with this. Will you? Okay. And if they're like, no, then okay, really, what are we talking about? You're drinking and I can help. I have some ways to help you. But what you do is you have to slide it to them. You got to slide it to them. Say, here, that's what I do. You notice